we had a stellar kickoff event Thursday night as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took down the Dallas Cowboys in a very close game. It was truly exciting. You're going to get that broken down right here on the Locked On NFL podcast, the Friday edition, with your guys, Chris Carter and Q. We'll also talk about the Ravens injuries and get you your week one predictions right here on the Locked On NFL podcast.
You are Locked On NFL, your daily NFL podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome back to the Friday edition of the Locked On NFL podcast. I'm your host, Chris Carter, my friend and co-host, your boy Q, from Locked On Steelers and Locked On Raiders. We are here on the Locked On NFL podcast. And Q, the NFL got a heck of a first game to remind everyone, hey, we're the best show in town, baby.
No, they really did, man. It's so great to have NFL action back. It was great to see a heck of a game on Thursday night. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defend their Super Bowl championship. You know, they raised the banner and they pick up a W in a very entertaining game, a game that the Cowboys could have easily won, but they didn't. Went back and forth. The Buccaneers gave Dallas multiple opportunities with multiple turnovers, and Dallas, well, their special teams unit wasn't very special. So, I mean, what a game, but just glad to see football back. No more preseason, no more training camp. It is all real deal from here on out until the Super Bowl.
Indeed, it is real deal. I got to say about the Cowboys, I was surprised by how well they played this game. They fought back, they created turnovers, and Dak Prescott showing, hey, there's no rust here. I may have been out for the most of last year, and there was questions about me all during the offseason and how much I was practicing. He was on fire in this game. He was distributing the ball, and he had drops. CeeDee Lamb still has some drops issues when you saw this game, but it seemed like it really didn't matter for Dak Prescott. He comes out of this game 42 of 58 for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. A phenomenal performance on his part, and without a run game. I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Q. I know Vita Vea was just wrecking everything in his path. But should the Cowboys have tried to find a better way to run the football to balance things out in this game?
Yeah, I don't think 58 passes for Dak Prescott is good. About the early in the third quarter, he was up to 40. And I remember looking over to my buddies and was like, Dak's up to 40 passes already. And you got to give Tampa Bay a lot of credit. They came in with a good game plan. We're not going to allow Zeke Elliott to beat us. We're not going to allow Tony Pollard to beat us. You've got to throw the ball. I just feel like they could have done it in a better way. I don't know. I mean, and again, I'm not a coach. I just know what I saw. And you've got to have a little bit better balance. Now, Tom Brady threw the ball a lot as well. But, I mean, Dak and Zeke and that cast of characters, they've got to establish some kind of run game. And it just wasn't there on Thursday night.
And you can say that the Cowboys accomplished their mission. If your mission was to avoid the middle of the field where Devin White and Levante David and Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh all were, they did that. Their outside receivers, Amari Cooper, 13 catches for 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 7 catches for 104 yards and another touchdown. Those are great numbers from your top 2 guys.
Yeah.
And that's still with Michael Gallup getting injured in the middle of the game. But ultimately, like you said, Tom Brady, I mean, 32 of 50, 4 touchdowns, did have 2 interceptions, but I don't think either one of them were his fault. The Hail Mary pass was the Hail Mary pass, and the one bounced right off of Fournette's hands. But ultimately, this was a great battle of quarterback play. And like you said, there were special teams mistakes. Zerline just missing kicks he shouldn't have missed, and then hitting kicks amazingly that you were wondering, can he hit those in those situations? But, I mean, when it was 1:24 on the clock, and Zerline makes the field goal.
Yeah.
You knew it. I knew it. Tom Brady was getting the ball with only needing a field goal to win the game. We knew the Buccaneers were going to win this.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. As soon as Zerline split the uprights with that kick to let the Dallas Cowboys go ahead, I looked at the clock and said, too much time. Too much time. Tom Brady has been there, done that. He's the master of it. He knows what he needs. He knows what he's got to go get, and he went and got it. And I know there's a lot of controversy about Chris Godwin and did he push off. It doesn't even matter. I mean, to me, it doesn't even matter because I think wide receivers push off on every play just about. I think DB will tell you that. As a former DB, I will tell you that. I mean, I just think
no bias here at all.
Yeah, no bias. I'm just saying that's what it is. Wide receivers always cheating. But with that being said, Greg Zuerlein, it goes back to Zuerlein. You make your kicks. It doesn't matter if he's pushing off. They've got to score a touchdown at that point, and they didn't have to because, well, Zuerlein missed the kick. So I don't really want to hear nothing about the push off because I don't think it really mattered.
Is the best receiver in Tampa Bay right now Antonio Brown, because he led the team with 121 receiving yards, 5 catches. Because I have some people out here, and here's the thing, Q. I live in Pittsburgh, so in Pittsburgh it's still Antonio Brown is the devil. Though there are some fans that are like, I miss Antonio Brown, but like I hear all the negative. But I'm sitting here like that's the best man on the field right now. I don't care what you say. I mean, checkered pass, checkered off season, all the things. No question that he has been a jerk. Me personally, and I'm not saying anything about a redemption of his life or anything like that. But as a football player, he is still a bad man. 5 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He also got some rushes in there. And you had this game at one point. Mike Evans, 3 catches for 24 yards. He had a key drop. Chris Godwin drops a key pass and then fumbles in the red zone
in the goal line.
At the goal line to give the Cowboys the ball, what would be the field goal drive that took the lead to put Tampa Bay down in the first place. I mean, Antonio Brown he still looks like the man, and now he's with Tom Brady for a whole season, and they've had all this time to work together. Man, the Buccaneers, they took some serious shots on the chin from the Cowboys in this game, and they still came out on top. Watch out for these boys. They looking to repeat.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty on either side, I don't think. I mean, I think that the offenses were well ahead of both defenses. But Antonio Brown, you said it, man. I mean, he was the best wide receiver on the field on Thursday night. He really was. And I tell Raider fans this all the time. What John Gruden tried to do when he brought Antonio Brown in made sense because, well, Antonio Brown's still one of the best wide receivers in the league. But because of everything in his past, everything he's got going on in his life, the extra stuff just makes him, almost enemy of the state, almost makes him the hardest guy to deal with. And that's when you got to go all the way back to Mike Tomlin and say, boy, man, you are some really good perfume because you covered up the stink of what Antonio Brown was in Pittsburgh for many years. For years, you probably knew about it, but the outside world didn't know that AB was a big issue. We all know he's a big issue now, but he's still a hell of a player.
He's still an amazing player. And to finish things off here, I mean, just the presence that, we talked, Vita Vea, first of all, was eating everyone's lunch. Yeah. He may be the best nose tackle in football right now. But to me, on top of that, you had Levante David and Devin White picking up right where they left off last year. Yeah. David with 11 tackles, Devin White with 10 tackles. These guys just plugging the middle of the field, making it hard for the Cowboys. And see, here's the thing: Zach Martin being out, big deal in this situation. And I bet that's also why they threw the ball, because they were like, listen, this is going to be a rough night for the run game. But any chance that Ezekiel Elliott had to impact this game was negated by that defensive front, those 3 guys in the middle, and then the effort they put together. Just a phenomenal performance from both teams, and an exciting game to kick off the season. We've got a lot more of those games coming this week, and I think there's going to be some really good matchups. We'll get to our picks of all the week 1 games in segment 3 of this show, but we got to talk about some major injury news that impacted one team in particular and continues to impact one team in particular. Y'all know which team I'm talking about. But first, we got to tell you guys about Built Bar. If you want a healthy treat that tastes like a candy bar, Built Bar is the protein bar for you. It's the official protein bar of the U.S. track and field team, and it comes in so many different flavors. Whether you want a fruity snack like raspberry, strawberry, or orange, or something different like salted caramel, cookies and cream, Rocky Road, or my personal favorite, double chocolate, Built Bar has so many flavors to enjoy. And the best part, they're all healthy. They range from 130 to 180 calories and pack 17 to 18 grams of protein while only giving you 4 to 5 grams of sugar and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. That's a tasty and healthy snack that'll save you from eating that snack you'll regret later and helps you stay on task with anyone's diet. Order today and get your favorite flavor delivered right to your door by going to built.com and use that promo code LOCKED15. It's LOCKED 15, LOCKED15, and you'll get 15% off your next order. Again, that's promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com. Back here on the Locked On NFL podcast, the Friday edition with Chris Carter and your boy Q. Q, we got to talk about some very unfortunate news. the Ravens, they had been already dealing with it. They saw J.K. Dobbins go down for the season. Justice Hill went down for the season, their first and third string running backs. And then Thursday disaster struck when now you have Gus Edwards, their second string running back, who everyone was very confident in to take the first team reps. He'd done it before for the Ravens. He's not unfamiliar to that. He goes down with a season-ending knee injury. And then Marcus Peters, one of their top cornerbacks, goes down as well. And now this is just disaster. Now, granted, I would say the cornerback position is the one position the Ravens probably could tolerate an injury with Jimmy Smith and Marlon Humphrey. But still, now with your entire running back room gone, they went and signed Le'Veon Bell, and he's going to be promoted up from the practice squad. But this is a disaster right now. And I know some people are trying to point blame and say, oh, it's the training staff. Oh, sometimes it's just really bad luck. But, man, this is a lot to stack up on a team that thought they were going to really be one of the teams pushing in the AFC playoffs this year.
Yeah, if I'm John Harbaugh, I'd probably wrap the rest of the team in bubble wrap until they play their first game on Monday night against the Raiders.
And maybe even still do it during that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough deal, man. And I hate this. The injuries that happen in the league, especially when they happen like they happened to the Baltimore Ravens, are awful. And I don't care who you're a fan of. Yeah. It's not cool. And for one position group to get hit like Baltimore did as far as the running backs go, and as quickly as they did, it's like boom, boom, boom. I mean, right now, the guys that are going to be running the rock for Baltimore on Monday outside of Lamar Jackson have never carried for Baltimore one time. Not one time. They don't have any experience in Baltimore in the rock. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. It's just very unfortunate, man. And, I hate that for Marcus Peters from the defensive back position. You're right. I mean, they have a little bit of depth there at that position, but he's a playmaker, man. He's a guy that goes and gets the ball. He could take it to the house anytime he gets a chance. I mean, it's a lot of bad luck. I thought at first I was reading about the Chargers because that's kind of the luck that the Chargers always have is injury. Now it's shifted, and the Baltimore Ravens have got it, and it's at the worst time. The season hasn't started for them yet. It doesn't start till Monday night. They're going to be on the road. Allegiant Stadium's going to be on and popping. I'm not just saying that because I'm the host of Locked On Raiders, but it's just the reality, man. I mean, it's a brand new stadium. Raider Nation's never been in there. It's going to be Monday Night Football. Everyone's going to be lathered up. It's Las Vegas. I mean, there's a lot of chips that are going to be.
Who's ever been in there? I don't know who you're talking about.
What?
You said like a group of people. I didn't understand what that was.
Listen here, man. Look here.
Look here.
You and your non-haircut having self. And your barber,
just because my barber went on vacation does not give you the right to roast me on national YouTube. I would say
your barber went on vacation from you. Your barber's really in town cutting hair. He just don't like you.
He likes me a lot.
He does not like you.
He texts me. He lets me know when he sees me on TV. He's like, "Hey, Chris, that's really good." Like, come on, man.
When he sees you on TV, he actually thought he was talking to Drake, and that's why he gave you love. He thought he was talking to Drake. Or he thought he was talking to Aaron Donald, or he thought he was talking to whatever other light-skinned cat that looks like you, but it's not you. When he realized it was Chris Carter, he said, "Oh, never mind, it's just you."
It's just like, that's not Drizzy. That's not Cam Hayward. That's not Jerome Bettis.
It's that other guy.
It's just that other guy. Anyway, but back to your point though. This is a rough situation. You're going on the road. You're going to a whole different time zone. And you are right. Raiders fans are going to be rampant. They have a lot to prove. And this is a team with a lot of talent themselves.
Right.
And another thing is, and I know that I said, the cornerback position is one of the deeper spots, but one of the reasons that the Ravens defense can be lighter in other positions is because of how deep they are at cornerback. Right. They can go out in the nickel and just run with anybody when all their guys are healthy. And their safeties don't have to do as much. Their linebackers got a lot. No, they got a lot of help. That's one area where you can say, you know what? Those three guys, we're putting them on your top three receivers, and we are comfortable with that. And now with one of those guys gone, still two guys out there. You got some other guys behind them to death, but that's a major hit. And Marcus Peters, a turnover guy, and he was one of those risk takers. But when he took those risks and it paid off, it was a game changer for the Ravens. And then back to the running back position, like you said, nobody outside of Lamar Jackson is on that roster that's carried the rock for this team. And now that you got to start going through your phone book. Who do you call? Do you call Latavius Murray? Do you call Todd Gurley? Is Mark Ingram on a team right now? Like that's where you start looking around and looking for answers for. And again, you're not in the NFC East of 2020. You're in the AFC North, where the Browns are the team that everyone's talking about. The Steelers are still the reigning division champions.
Yeah.
You got competition, and even in the AFC, if you want to make that 7th seed, say okay, the division we won't win that, but we got a chance for 7th seed. This is going to be a hard year for that too, with all the teams coming out the AFC West, all the teams coming out the AFC North. This is a real rough spot. Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh and that crew, they have a lot of galvanizing they need to do to bring their crew together to overcome these obstacles. I appreciate the Ravens as an organization. They do a great job of putting a team together every year and making sure they're competitive. I look forward to seeing how they handle it, but man, this is a tall task for anybody.
Yeah, it is. And the thing about it, man, is they're such a run-heavy team.
Yeah.
That is like the biggest key of their team. Now, they got defense. That defensive line is nasty. Calais Campbell's a dude. I mean, they got a lot of great players on that defensive side of the ball. You documented that really well. But, man, since that is how they butter their bread is by way of the run game, and their main guys are out, especially J.K. Dobbins, that was huge.
Yeah.
And then, like you mentioned, Gus Edwards was getting a lot of shine. Man, people don't know how good Gus Edwards is. And then all of a sudden he goes down. It's like, damn, that's what really hurt, because you just thought, if you're talking about Baltimore, you're going to look at Lamar, you're going to look at JK, you're going to look at Gus Edwards, you're going to look at Justice Hill. I mean, there's so many different guys out there. If I was them, I'd go for Latavius Murray. I'd roll out the carpet and say, hey, what do we need to pay you? Because at least he's a proven guy who's been a starter in the league, who didn't miss a year because he was holding out trying to get money, who hasn't fallen off the success wagon with multiple teams, the Jets and Kansas City. I don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to provide anything. I would if it was me, I would go after Latavius Murray and say, hey, man, we need you, and we need you by Monday. Let's go. But
this is a quick transition.
So,
but again, with the COVID restrictions,
right?
What can they do to have someone be ready by Monday?
Is he vaccinated?
Is he vaccinated?
That's another question.
And even if he is vaccinated, doesn't he still have to go through the screening of 5 days or something like that? It's an impossible situation for the Ravens right now. We will see how they perform Monday night. I
hate it for
them. What'd you say?
I hate it for him.
I hate it for them too. I hate it for anybody. Injuries to anybody in the NFL are just horrible. But then you look at a team having to deal with this and now here's the other thing is that they stopped practice Thursday when the second one happened, because they said they were on back-to-back plays. Now you're sitting there, the guys who didn't even get hurt, they're looking around like, what's happening? What's going on? Now there's a fear factor going in there, and so you don't ever want that, man. And it's like lightning just striking several places to say, right after one after another. So it's very alarming. Hopefully the Ravens are able to find some answers within their locker room. But we're going to pick that game along with all the other games from Sunday to Monday Night Football right here on the Locked On NFL podcast. But first, I got to tell you guys about betonline.ag. It's that time of the year again, and all eyes are now turning to football as teams are back on the gridiron to start the football season. As always, BetOnline is your number one spot for all the pro and college football action this season. Get all the updated odds, props, and contests, including the $500,000 NFL Mega Contest and the $200,000 NFL Survivor Contest, both open right now at BetOnline. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 100% welcome bonus. But if you didn't get to take advantage of the opening day super promo, which is making a bet on the Thursday night game where the Buccaneers did beat the Dallas Cowboys, there's still plenty of other promos available for you, especially for opening weekend. Bet on your favorite team, bet on the team you hate, all right on BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports, from football to basketball to boxing, right down to horse racing. Don't wait and take advantage of all the great offers available for the 2021 season at betonline.ag, your online sportsbook experts. And wrapping things up here on the Locked On NFL podcast, Chris Carter and your boy Q on the Friday edition. We're going to go through all the Sunday and Monday games and give you our picks right here. So let's run it down. Q, first game. Let's get a boring one out the way. Jaguars at Texans. Trevor Lawrence's debut, but who cares? I'm taking the Jaguars because the Texans are a dumpster fire.
I'm going to go with Houston in this game because I think the Jacksonville Jaguars don't have enough experience. I don't know if Urban Meyer is up for the task. Trevor Lawrence is a new booty. Of course, Travis Etienne is out. I'm going to go with Houston, even though I don't like this game at all.
Yeah, I mean, both of us are kind of like, whatever. We'll throw that game away. All right, a little more interesting here, though. Chargers at Washington. The Chargers, that dark horse of the AFC, everyone loves Justin Herbert, Derwin James being back, Keenan Allen's up in there. Austin Eckler's hurt, though. But you're coming up against a Washington defense that's been pretty stout. I'm taking the Chargers, the road team here, but are they good enough for that, or do you think the Washington defense got something for them?
You know, I think that Washington defense is great. That defensive line in particular, they really get after the quarterback. And I know the offensive line of the Chargers isn't great. In my heart, I think that the Chargers are going to win, but there's a part of me that says that damn defensive line is going to give them fits, and they have a new head coach too. So it's something that really hasn't been factored in. I'm going to roll with the Chargers, but I'll tell you right now, I don't feel good about it at all.
Yeah, same here. That's a shaky ground to be standing on because the Chargers. It's not like the Chargers have proven anything. Where this is a lot of we're renting a lot of real estate to them for that pick. But here's another pick here. I'm going with the Seahawks over the Colts. They're in Indianapolis, but the Colts dealt with injuries. I like their composition if they are all healthy, but I'm going to stick with Russell Wilson until I see if the Colts are back to being 100%. And even if they were, I need to see how Carson Wentz is fitting into that offense.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Wentz. I'm not sold on the guys that are banged up and injured in Indy. I like Seattle a lot. I'm a Russell Wilson guy. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with Seattle on this one as well.
We got the Sam Darnold revenge game.
No such thing. No such thing.
The Panthers taking on the Jets. Sam Darnold, who was so happy to get away from that team, he gets to play his former team with the first game with his new team. I'm going with the Panthers. I know you're a Matt Rule guy, but as long as Christian McCaffrey's there, I think he's the biggest factor in this game. I'm sorry. I just don't buy anything into the Jets until I see something out of Zach Wilson and all the new guys that they added.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that we have picked the same ones every game so far.
We picked different with Jaguars and Texans. That's our one.
That's right. Good. I feel a little bit better because I'm rolling with the Panthers in this one. You said I'm a Matt Rule guy. I'll pick him more times than I won't. And the Jets are still a dumpster fire. I don't care if it's a Sam Darnold revenge game. He's not worth a damn. But I believe in Matt Rule. I don't believe in Zach Wilson. And Robert Saleh is super unproven. So, there's too many things going against the Jets. So I'm rolling with the fighting Matt Rules in this one.
The fighting Matt Rules. All right, sticking with our 1 o'clock games here. This one could be a little tricky. Vikings at Bengals. I'm going with the Vikings because
why is it tricky?
Because there's a lot of people that are hyping Joe Burrow.
Cincinnati sucks.
But I'm with you, but there's so many people that are like, Joe Burrow, he's figured it out. And I'm like, but do you have anyone to protect him?
Yeah. Has he figured out his blocking?
Meanwhile, Jamar Chase, the 4th overall pick of the NFL draft, is out here saying, man, adjusting to NFL footballs is tough because the spin is different and it looks like this. And I'm like, bro, what are we saying right now? What right. I picked you in 2 of my fantasy teams. You need to stop that right there. So I'm going with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is a veteran quarterback, but they got Dalvin Cook, who, you could argue, there's no doubt, top 3 running back in the league right now. I'd say he'll be fighting for that number 1 spot this year. But if all else fails, the Vikings will hand him the ball and he will run through that Bengals defense.
Yeah, I have no confidence in Cincinnati at all. I think them and Houston and Jacksonville, those will be like the teams fighting for the number 1 spot this year in the NFL draft. So, yeah, Cincinnati, they're going to get stunked. I think that the running game of Minnesota is going to beat them up. I think the defense is going to beat them up. I just think that the head coach is going to get beat up. I mean, I don't have any faith in Cincinnati. Yeah, Zimmer's a bad
dude, man. Just going to like DDT him just on the field.
Yeah. Zimmer's going to take homeboy out back and just beat the brakes off and be like, how'd you even think about coming in and trying to fight me and try to defeat this team? Get out of here, Cincinnati. You're done. So, yeah, Minnesota all day in this game.
All right, now this is a good one. This is one I really want to.
You haven't given me a good one yet.
Cardinals at Titans. Tell me you ain't excited about that one.
Okay, I'm in.
Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Budda Baker. Like this is going to be a good matchup. Now I still got the Titans because I think their offensive weapons are just too loaded. Tannehill, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, they're going to be rocking. And still on defense, you still got Kevin Byard. You still got some pieces to work with there. But I do think this is going to be a close one. Kyler Murray is not to be taken lightly. I still think the running back situation needs some resolve in Arizona. That's why I'm taking the Titans because if this comes down to, the Titans have a lead late, they're going to hand the ball to Derrick Henry. And I'm not sure if the Cardinals have the guys to stuff him, even though they did go get J.J. Watt.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I hate that we're picking the same teams. I think that that's stupid. I know we picked one that wasn't, but I'm going with Tennessee in this one as well. I don't think that the Cardinals have a great head coach. I think Cliff Kingsbury is a problem. I think Kyler Murray is a winner. I don't trust the defense there in Arizona as well. Patrick Peterson is no longer there. He's in Minnesota. He's going to be part of that party that's going to beat the brakes off Cincinnati. I just think that Arizona is going to get beat up in this game. I mean, I say beat up, but not like it's going to be a blowout. I just think that they're going to get more. It's going to be more physical. You know what I mean? On the Tennessee side of things, of course, Derrick Henry. You've seen him in practice. He's using real people as like test dummies to give stiff arms to. Like, who's signing up for that job? I mean, Derrick Henry can't even use a dummy. Like, he's got to use a real person to be a dummy.
It's too strong to have a dummy.
Yeah.
Like, no, I need to feel the meat and the bones break as I stiff arm you into the ground.
Yeah, like he's too physical, man.
Yeah. All right, now this is our laugher. Niners at Lions.
Yeah.
That's my luck. That's my survivor pick of the week, because I might not pick the Niners too many times this year as a survivor pick. But you're playing the Lions. Jared Goff is about to get ragdolled. That defense is going to give him too many problems. They're my defensive pick in all my weekly fantasy things that I'm doing this week. I'm going Niners easy.
You're not going to pick Campbell, the head coach that says he's going to bite off some kneecaps? You're not. Okay, you're not going for that. You're not going. Dan Campbell is talking about eating some kneecaps. So if you're Kyle Shanahan, you better not put Trey Lance out there on the field. I know he's dealing with the injury, but you better not put Trey Lance on the field because Campbell's going to eat some kneecaps. Detroit's not playing around, man. Jared Goff, he went to Berkeley. So, Berkeley, they get down a little crazy in the Bay sometimes. So, yeah, no doubt about it, man. San Francisco wins this game. It's not even close.
Now, this is another game that I think a lot of people are going to want to tune into. Big AFC showdown, and a game I'm going to be covering. Steelers at Bills. This is a big showdown. The Bills on the precipice of the Super Bowl. The Steelers coming off a division championship, looking to rebound. TJ Watt just signed his contract. He's been practicing since Wednesday. He's the highest paid defensive player in the NFL now. And now everyone's talking about how's this team going to look. Q, do you got the Bills winning at home and holding on, or do you think the Steelers come in and pull off the upset?
I'm actually going to roll with Pittsburgh getting the victory, and I'm rolling with that because of the guy that's going to be in the backfield behind Big Ben. I really am.
Najee Harris, okay.
Yes. Highest paid defensive, player in TJ Watt. I mean, that's a stud. He earned every penny of that. The Pittsburgh Steelers kind of went out, as you know, out of their character to make sure he got signed and taken care of. I just think that the strength of that, I think Najee Harris is an absolute difference maker. And I think because of that factor, they're going to keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. They're not going to make Big Ben throw the ball 58 times like Dak Prescott did on Thursday night. I see a lot of good things for Pittsburgh. And I really do believe, like I said multiple times on this show, Najee Harris is going to be the offensive rookie of the year. So it starts on Sunday. Pittsburgh gets the win over Buffalo.
All right. Well, this is our second split. I actually, as a Locked On Steelers guy, I have the Bills winning this game. I think it's going to go down to the wire.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That was really aggressive.
That was way aggressive. That was even aggressive for me, man. I just want to say it.
I was like, oh my.
I know that was terrible.
But in all seriousness, I do think this game will go down to the wire. I would not be shocked if the Steelers win this game. I just see they're starting two rookies on the offensive line, and Dan Moore Jr. at left tackle, Kendrick Green at center. I do think that those guys are going to evolve into really good players for the Steelers. I think that this offensive line gels sooner rather than later in the season, and they become a force, and they will win the division, and they will be a serious playoff contender. I just think that right now, Josh Allen and that Bills team, they're basically bringing back a lot of the same team to compete from last year. They're rolling on a lot of balls that the Steelers, the defense can say that, the offense, not as much, because they got a whole new offensive line. Najee Harris will be there, and I think that he will be a problem. If the Steelers win, it will be, like you said, because of Najee Harris. The Bills had the 18th best run defense last year, and Najee Harris is looking to show up everyone that he's serious in the NFL.
Is that good? Huh? Is the 18th best rushing defense good?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering.
No, it's not good. And it's even like I did our
18th best.
I did our crossover Thursday on Locked On Steelers with Locked On Bills host Joe Marino, and I was like, has anything been done to fix that? And he's like, nah, it's rough. So
Oh, wow.
if the Steelers win, I think it's because they took over on the ground. And something I pointed out last year when the Bills beat them, the Steelers didn't have any inside linebackers. Their top 3 were all gone for that game. And once the Bills realized that in the second half, that's where they attacked for the rest of the game. And that's why they were able to take over the game and win. The Steelers got Devin Bush and Joe Schobert to start this game. That's 2 guys that are way better than the guys they had last year. But I will still say the Bills find a way to win this, but I would not be surprised any way around. All right, moving along. Battle of the Birds. Eagles at Falcons. I'm going with the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts got something for him.
I'm gonna go with the ATL, man. Dirty Birds, baby. I don't believe in the Eagles just yet. I like Jalen Hurts a lot, but I don't believe that he's ready for the role that he's been put into so far. So I'm gonna roll with the ATL. I think they bounce back and have a better year than they did last season. Matt Ryan's still Matt Ryan, and Calvin Ridley's still Calvin Ridley. And oh, by the way, they got some guy named Pitts who's kind of good. I think he's gonna do some big things as well. So it'd probably be a shootout. Well, yeah, Atlanta will probably have to score a lot of points, because I don't think their defense is going to stop a whole lot. But I think that Atlanta's better than and Matt Ryan's way better than Jalen Hurts at this point of the game. So, yeah, ATL for me.
I feel you on that, but this was my game. When I do a fantasy football show for Channel 11 here in Pittsburgh, and my thing was, if you want to find players for daily fantasy, go to this game and find Kyle Pitts, find Calvin Ridley, find Devontae Smith, whoever you can get.
Yeah.
There's going to be points scored in Philly versus Atlanta. Now, another major AFC showdown at a playoff rematch, Browns at the Chiefs for the season opener. I got the Chiefs. And I think that Patrick Mahomes, he's going to stay healthy this entire game, and the Browns are going to know what it's like to play a fully healthy Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs win comfortably in this one.
If this was middle of the season, I'd go with Cleveland because I'd have a better idea who they are. Are they really the team that everyone's hyping up to be a contender that can make a Super Bowl run, or was last year just a really good year? You know what I mean? Like that's my big question. So I want to see something before I believe in them. You know what I mean? I don't want to just go into the season blind and think, oh, just because it was rainbows and puppy dogs in 2020, it's going to be the same. I don't sign up for that. So I'm going to roll with what I know. And I know that Kansas City is damn good, and they've been damn good for a while. So I'm going to roll with Kansas City in this game, but I would be interested, and I would actually love to see Cleveland come out with that 2-headed monster of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and really ball out. And oh, by the way, Baker Mayfield used this guy named Odell Beckham Jr., who's kind of good at what he does. Get busy, Baker. Show me something. Act like I'm from Missouri. Show me, man. Show me.
Let's go to another big matchup. Now, this is NFC. Now, typically, over the past 3 years, this would have been like a shut it down, put it on Monday Night Football game. But with Drew Brees gone, Jameis Winston is taking over the helm, and the Packers are visiting New Orleans to take on the Saints. I've got the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is coming into town. That defense is still going to be nasty. And I think the Saints defense gives Aaron Rodgers a little bit of a hard time. But at the end of the day, Jameis Winston, not Aaron Rodgers. I think that he's going to end up making a couple key mistakes late in this game that's going to give the Packers the edge.
Yeah, again, I just said show me for Cleveland. I want Jameis to show me. Show me that you're ready for the starting job again. You were a backup in New Orleans last season. Really, I feel like he was the backup to the backup. I mean, he just was there. He was just a guy. Did he learn a lot under Sean Payton while he wasn't a starter? Can he take that over now? And can he, kind of project his career and get it revamped and re-going? It's a wait and see thing for me. So again, I'm going with what I know, and Aaron Rodgers is what I know. He's very consistent. He's very good. He's got a gold jacket waiting for him in Canton, Ohio when he's ready for it. So yeah, I'm rolling with Green Bay in this one as well.
Now, moving along here, this is an interesting interconference battle. Broncos at Giants. Neither team's expected to do too much this year. I'm going with the Broncos because I like their defensive composition, and I think that they'll take advantage of Daniel Jones a lot more than the Giants defense will take advantage of Teddy Bridgewater.
This game is gross.
Yeah. And it's a 4-o'clocker. Like, why didn't you put that with the 1-o'clockers where we could just bury it? You could have moved the Steelers Bills to 4 o'clock. You could have moved the Chiefs, or the Chiefs and the Browns are 4 o'clock. You could have moved Titans Cardinals to 4 o'clock. But no, you got me trying to watch Broncos Giants. You know what? I'm picking the Broncos. You picking the Broncos?
No, I'm just gonna roll with the G, man, because why not?
Because what? All right, now we throw that game behind us. No one cares. Yeah. AFC East showdown. It's the Mac Jones show, and the Patriots host the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. I know that there's a lot of hype around Mac Jones, but I'm sorry, Xavier Howard's still on the other team. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Mac Jones is going to be good. He's made us kind of eat our words that we were saying before the draft.
Respectfully, yeah.
But Miami's got a really good defense, and if Tua's worth a salt, if he's worth half of what he's walking in on, then he's going to be good. So Kind of pulling for Tua. I like him. I think he gets a bad rap. And he had a rookie year that was, had a lot to be desired. I'm gonna roll with Miami in this one.
I feel you on that. Now let's get to some Sunday night football here. Bears at the Rams. Listen, Q, who would you say is the better AD? Aaron Donald or Andy Dalton?
Oh my God. Aaron Donald. Are you serious?
This is going to be a bad showing for the Bears. I think this is the joke has been for the past month or so that the reason that Justin Fields isn't the starting quarterback is because they do not want him to go out and have to face that man, Aaron Donald, and Jalen Ramsey in that defense. And Andy Dalton is going to be thrown to the wolves. That is what's going to happen in this game. The Rams are going to dog walk the Bears.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll say this. I'm interested to see what Matt Stafford looks like. He gets a lot of hype. I'm not a firm believer that Matt Stafford is as great as people think.
I agree.
But I don't think you're going to see the big test against Chicago because Andy Dalton, like you said, I think is going to be under duress the whole game. And the defense of the Rams is going to really carry the load here. So you won't see a lot, I don't think, of Matt Stafford, but you will see a lot of 99. And I think you're going to see him early and often, basically on top of Andy Dalton. And that's going to be a bad showing for Chicago. So, yeah, I'm with you on the Rams Sunday Night Football.
We finish with Monday Night Football.
Ravens
at the Raiders. Your game here, Q. Now, Q, I have to admit, if this had if you asked me about 2 weeks ago, before J.K. Dobbins and Justice Hill and Marcus Peters and Gus Edwards, I would have taken the Ravens. But with all these injuries, I'm sorry. And again, that was no disrespect to the Raiders. I just think the Ravens were going to be a good team this year. But with all those injuries, I'm sorry. I don't see any way the Ravens find a balance that quickly to go on the road to the West Coast and handle a team like the Raiders that does have talent at several different positions. I've got the Raiders winning this one probably by about 10.
It's funny. I did the crossover edition with the host of Locked On Ravens, Kevin Ostreicher, on Thursday, and he had the Ravens by like 14, 15 points before the injuries to Marcus Peters and the injuries to Gus Edwards. I had the Raiders by 3 before that. I had them winning 24-21, only because I think that Allegiant Stadium and the fan base is going to be a factor. I really do. It's going to be so loud. It's going to be crazy. It's Las Vegas. First time fans have been in Allegiant Stadium, period. I think it's going to just be an unbelievable crowd. So I gave them the 3-point favorite right there for the Raiders. And then all of a sudden, Marcus Peters and Gus Edwards went down. So I'm sticking with 3 points. But I just feel like this is a game that if the Raiders are really going to be a team that they expect to go to the playoffs, you almost have to win a game like this. You have it all on the platter, and I don't like to kind of ride injuries and say, well, you're going to win because all these guys are injured. But now, you've got a leg up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game you could win on the strength of those injuries, even though that sucks. That's just the reality of the game. So the Raiders, I still got them as a 3-point favorite. I still think they win 24-21. But now it's almost like there's more pressure on them to do it because the Baltimore Ravens have those injuries that you mentioned.
So, but you still say they hold on and they do pull it off.
Yeah, 3-point. I think they win by 3.
Okay, still winning by 3 there. We both take the Raiders. All right, so recapping our splits here, where I took the Broncos, you took the Giants. I took the Eagles, you took the Falcons. I took the Bills, you took the Steelers. We both took the Titans. We both took the Vikings. Both took the Panthers, and it looks like our other split would have been I took the Jaguars and you took the Texans. So we got a few good splits there. We will revisit this next week to see our results as we pick the week 2 games too as well. But as always, Q, it's a fun show to be here on with you, man, to do this as always. Let people know they can find you, follow you, and get more of your work.
Yeah, man. Everything I do, you can find on my Twitter, @YourBoyQ254. That's @YourBoyQ254. I always put the Locked On Raiders podcast up super early in the morning, about 12:15 Pacific Standard Time each and every day. And yeah, again, you can just check me out @YourBoyQ254. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have any of that other stuff because it's already hard enough to keep up with Twitter. And I'm an old dude. So I leave that to the youngsters like Christopher Carter.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram @Carter Critiques. Now, I'm not good at the Snapchats or the TikToks or anything yet. I do have those. I just, even I'm like, okay, that's a lot.
You are at TikTok.
Oh, okay. Watch it, buddy. I'll get juju on you. But @Carter Critiques, if you want to follow me and check me out, you can check me out at the Locked On Steelers podcast, just like you can catch Q on the Locked On Raiders podcast. We're all on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Odyssey. Check out YouTube for the Locked On Steelers as well. Rate us all 5 stars. If you can if you're a fan of our shows and you like what you're hearing, you're having fun listening to us, whether you're at work, on your way to work, on your way back home from work, or just chilling at home, give us 5-star ratings on Apple, whether it's Locked On NFL, Locked On Raiders, Locked On Steelers, Locked On anything. We really appreciate it when you help us out with those ratings. We really appreciate it when you subscribe to our shows and help us out. We love our community of listeners here on the Locked On Podcast Network. From Chris Carter and your boy Q, thanks for listening. Enjoy week 1. The Locked On NFL podcast will be back Monday, recapping the Sunday games, and we will be back on next Friday, getting you ready for week 2.